All right, I'm having some leftovers. This is my chicken. That's leftovers from the night before. We went out to Mediterranean. I took half of this pita, 2 tablespoons of the tzatziki sauce, and 2 tablespoons of hummus with cucumber and onions. I didn't touch the rice. For breakfast, I'm having applesauce pancakes. I'm having 2 applesauce pancakes. One is 2 points, 2 is 3 points. And I have them in another video. For those of you who don't know I eat these, I will put them in, put that video down in the description box in case you want to take a look at the recipe that I'm using. And so for peanut butter, I wanted my protein here. I'm actually using a mixture of 2 tablespoons of PB Fit with water and 1 teaspoon of raw almond butter. Because this is so many more points, I'm cutting this one down just to add a little bit of fat and then relying on the PB Fit. Also, we just got this Knott's Berry Farm boysenberry syrup, which is amazing. But 1 serving is like 13 points. So I cut it down and only used 1 teaspoon of that, which is so thick and so flavorful. So good. And I mixed it with couple of tablespoons of the sugar-free syrup. So, and I tried it, and honestly, it's still fantastic. So that instead of 1 serving is like 13 points or something, I'm just going to be using 1 teaspoon, which is 1 point mixed with this. So this whole breakfast here is going to be 6 points this morning. This is 8 points. I have a, oh no, not sandwich then. It is half of a pita, which is one of these pita pockets, multi-grain ones. And then I have 2 tablespoons of hummus in here, and then some cucumbers. And then I have 2 slices of this turkey ham here, and 1 slice of this Sargento ultra thin mild cheddar. And that makes this into a very fat little 8-point lunch. Everybody, it is Wednesday afternoon, about 12:30, and I'm on my way to my internal medicine doctor. She's the one who prescribes my bioidentical hormones, and I want to try to get this testosterone problem settled so that she can prescribe me, you know, some more. So hopefully that'll get taken care of. But, you know, a thought just occurred to me that I just got back from a trip that I know I'm still full of salt and water. You know, it takes a few days for that to come down after we get back, but anyway, I'm about to get on the scale. So, and I know I can ask them, please don't tell me what it is, but I kind of like to know where I'm starting again, so that's fine. It's just data, right? And I need to know it. But yesterday, it was occurring to me that, you know, I was lifting weights yesterday at the gym, and it had occurred to me that, you know, although I take my measurements and the measurements are looking good, and I feel good in my clothes, I know that, you know, my body compositioning is going well. It's just that I don't know exactly how much weight is fat and how much is muscle. And so, you know, seeing the scale and seeing the number on it, yeah, it does bother me, because sometimes it bothers me because I don't know the breakdown exactly, and I would like to. I mean, if they could tell me that, then that would be great. Then I wouldn't, you know, worry so much about it. But it is what it is. I hate that. I'm sorry, Anita, I know you hate it when people say that. It is what it is. I'm so sorry. I don't know what else to say. I really don't know what else to say in place of that. But my life is my life. How about that? It's the same thing. All right. I'll see you in a minute. Okay, so I left my doctor's office, and the scale said I was 4 pounds heavier there than I was last time at home. But I'm not bothered by that. I mean, it's afternoon. I still have all my breakfast in my tummy. At least 60 ounces of liquid, water, and decaf. And I have my big leather chunky sandals on and my jeans and all my clothes, so it doesn't bother me at all. But what does bother me is that the laws in this state have changed. So now, thank goodness my doctor's so awesome. She's working with me. But so on my hormones, I don't have to worry about it for the next 6 months. But then she said we might have to think about, it depends on how much stuff I want to go through and how many hoops I want to go through to continue taking the testosterone, which means so much to me, because without it, I remember the hot flashes and just, I'm sorry, but the dryness and all the symptoms that I had were just unlivable. And I don't ever want to go back there. I never want to go back to that. So I would cross the desert to get this stuff. Yes, I would. But now, because, you know, it's being controlled, it's a controlled substance, I guess they've lumped it in with opioids in this state. And so if I want to get, you know, so much testosterone, I have to come in and see the doctor, you know, and I have to, every time it's prescribed, I have to fill out, you know, these forms in triplicate. It's like all these papers, and then they ask you all these mental health questions, you know what I mean, because they want to make sure you're not abusing drugs, or that, you know, you're going to fly off the handle and start, you know, doing away with people or something. And it's just weird that, you know, that's, you're kind of lumped into that now, because I'm hoping that eventually they'll start picking apart this, you know, crazy law and go, okay, well, you know, maybe we don't need the testosterone cream 2 milligrams every other day, people, and lumped in with the opioid abusers, right? Anyway, so I'm more upset about that. But anyway, I will see her in the next 3 months. And remember, I was supposed to take my blood work to find out where my cholesterol and everything was. That is going to be pushed back a little bit more to be closer to the day that I actually see her. So I'm not going to worry too much about it right now. Okay, I'll see you in a little bit. I wanted to clarify, just in case you're wondering, that I am taking a break from counting my calories, and I'm just going to be counting, I'm going to be using Freestyle again for now. Life is just kind of busy right now, and the less that I have to track, you know, the better. So double tracking right now, I'm just kind of like, you know, and I've double tracked for so long. I know what, you know, I kind of know what the 1200 calories look like. And I mean, I'm still going to check my calories along the way. I'm just not going to input it into both programs, iTrackBites and Weight Watchers. I'll just use the Weight Watchers for now. I love iTrackBites, and you know, I'm not saying that I'm not going to be using that to count my calories again, but for now I just need a break. So one of the reasons why, though, is that I am feeling a little bit more confident in Freestyle and in the way that the program's been developed, and also in my choices, because I have been double tracking for a while. I feel like, yes, I know what a rounded, you know, what an amount looks like that I'm supposed to be taking, you know, 1,300 calories. And so I trust that. I'm not going to go over. I feel confidence in my appetite, that I'm not going to overeat on certain things. I know when I feel a certain way, wanting something sweet or salty, I know what things to go to. So for the sweet things, I have a couple things that I go to: a protein bar, a yogurt snack that I use that's kind of sweet but has a lot of protein, so it shuts that down. I know that when I need chips, if I go for sauerkraut, which I use one that has a live probiotic, sauerkraut and pickles shut down the salt craving. And those also will shut down a sweet craving. And you can get some good probiotics doing that. So I'm going to be doing that more. Sometimes you want crunch, and that's something I'm still working on because for me, especially like when I have my main midday meal at lunch, I want all of the textures and the senses, you know, involved, and crunch is definitely one of them. So I want to pay attention to all those things so that those feelings, those tactile feelings are sufficed, and I'm not still looking for that. You know what I mean? Sometimes we may not have a need for sweet or salty, but we actually have a need for a tactile response. And so this is what happens to my kids. They're very, they have developmental issues, and one of the things that they always have to do is they are very, they need tactile therapy. And so it really helps them to reduce their anxiety if they like to chew on something and just bite on something. And so many times I catch them doing that with their toys or something else. And so if I give them something that is healthy for them to use to do that kind of response, I mean, one of them will just walk around with Legos, you know, on his mouth. I kind of feel like sometimes we do the same thing, but we think that we're looking for food, and we think that we're looking for a certain flavor, but it's not so much that flavor. I think the flavor is more of a bonus, but maybe we want, you know, we just want something to do. And I caught myself feeling like that when we were on our last road trip, that I wasn't hungry and I didn't necessarily want anything. I just wanted something to chew on. I wanted something to do. And so I had my knitting, and so sometimes my knitting would help, you know, then I would read, and then so eventually I figured that out when I picked up a pickle. If I got the pickle, they gave me something to kind of like nibble on without giving me extra calories. I didn't, and I don't usually eat the whole pickle because I'm not really hungry. I just kind of like nibble on maybe a fourth or an eighth of it, and it lasts for a while. So, and that's really all I'm using it for. So anyway, I thought that was interesting. But over the Easter weekend, I discovered how, you know, when I ate the Easter candy, I still actually came up like 100 calories under 1200. So I still came in under calories, but because of the type of calories that they were, when it transferred over into freestyle, I was over on points. And I thought that was really impressive. It really hadn't been as blatant to me as that before, but then it happened again with something else, some other choice that I chose, and it was very evident that Freestyle has really done their homework as far as what kinds of calories and what kinds of, you know, foods will drive up your points. They've really taken that into consideration, and so my confidence is up for a while in Freestyle to just go, okay, I can do Freestyle for a while. I trust that, you know, they've done some really great major work here to, you know, so that I could kind of relax a little bit and go, okay, I got a watchdog here telling me, you know, helping me and kind of channel me. It's kind of like you're going bowling and they have the bumpers up so that the ball, even though you throw it wrong, you throw it, you know, into the alley, the bumper kind of like guides it back into the lane. And I kind of felt like Freestyle is like that for me right now. So I really appreciate that, you know. So anyway, so you can kind of relax a little bit. But anyway, so that's what I'm doing. I just wanted to touch base with you on where I'm at because I never really talk about this stuff, what goes on up there. But I will see you next time. And yeah, love you guys. Thanks for listening.